Happy Saturday. And today is just and your opportunity to ask any question about any question you may have on real estate, on investing, right? Or general question about your personal finance. So welcome here. And if you're just meeting me, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology. And of course, I do help people, professionals build wealth the right way. So if your goal is to build wealth, if you're a professional or even you're just an individual and you want to learn about financial literacy, then you are in the right place. So welcome. It's about anything question you may have about real estate investing, smart investing, or what is even a smart investing, right? Let's talk about that today. How are you all doing? Happy Saturday. Is your Saturday coming along? Have you gone for shopping, your grocery shopping? And how is it looking at right now? Because I noticed that everything has gone up in terms of prices. So welcome. And for those on TT, you can actually just jump in. If you want to talk to me, you can come on the panel. It's right there available for you to join. So welcome. How are you doing today? So today is about life question, real estate, investing, smart investing, the four pillars that I talked about, which is skills, which is smart investing, real estate, and the four F, which is the financial fortress, financial discipline, literacy, financial planning, and of course financial freedom, which is the overall goal. That's what we're talking about today. So if you have any question, feel free to ask. Rivana, how are you doing? Happy Saturday. Welcome. So today it's about life questions. So if you want to come on the panel, you have any specific question, you want to ask me anything, you have the opportunity. The floor is yours. Oh, great. I'm glad. Welcome. How are you doing? Happy Saturday. It's Saturday. Yay. But at the same time, it's also the end of May, and the end of April. We're going straight into May. Hello, welcome. So it is about any question you may have about real estate investing, smart investing, wealth building, any question you have about, increasing your income, right? Because I talk about four pillars of wealth, talk about how you start all starts with your income, right? It's what you do with your income. That's part of the thing that helps you to build wealth. So your income comes first, then you take some of the money, you put it towards appreciating cash flowing asset. You don't use everything on depreciating lifestyle liability. Malta, hello, are you in Malta, right? Is it tell me you're joining from Malta? Welcome. With any question you may have about building, about real estate investing, about your income, how you can increase your income, how you can build wealth. That is what we're talking about. Welcome. And if you haven't subscribed, that this is your cue. You have more things to gain than lose if you subscribe. No, but thank you. You're not. So where are you connecting from? So today is not about question and answer. Question and answer. If you have anything that you want to talk about, any question you have about real estate, Rivana, any question you have, any clarity, now is the opportunity. And if you want to come up on the panel as well, feel free. Today is that day that you can actually come up and join. And it's not just going to be me alone talking today. So we have the YouTube and we have the TT on the other side. Thank you so much for the likes. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for inviting your friends. Real estate. What is real estate? Oh, you don't even know what real estate is. Real estate is not just the single family home. There's the single family home, there's the multi-family home, there's the land, there is apartment complex, there is office spaces, there's commercial, there's residential. These are different types of real estate. And smart investing, what do I mean by smart investing? It simply means ETF, index funds, because these two places are the number one and two where the multimillionaires and the billionaires put their money. If you go on Google right now, ChatGPT, that's what you find. If you type it in, number one, number two is index funds, ETF, and number two, real estate, or interchangeably. Then you see businesses, then you also start seeing things like, antique and all of those artworks and all of that. So, but if you have any question on any of this today, feel free. Come up on the panel. Do not be shy. Rufi, you're here today. How are you doing? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. So that's what we want to talk about. If you have any question, now is your time. Okay, somebody is okay, so I just have Rivana. Hi, how are
Hi,
you?
I'm all right, and you?
I'm good. I'm good. Awesome. Thank you for coming up.
Thank you for
Uh,
inviting me.
yes, ma'am. Any
Mm-hmm.
question?
So, my question goes to the ETFs. I've got Fidelity. The other question is about, them buying a house between 30 to 60 days. Yeah.
Actually,
So,
90 days, Rivana. It's 90
90
days.
days, yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
So, how do I go about that?
So that is why I mean we did the training was it last week, but there you can go, that's why you have the course. You can go get the course. You will find the link in my bio and I'll show you where you can get it. It has the slide, it has the what's it called? It has a slide, it has the course itself, and then it also has access to the closed group where it has all of the different deals from time to time that will be posted there, and you can ask any question. You can definitely get it. You find the link. If you click on the link on the bio, you'll find it right there. If you try it, if you are still having issues, let me know, but I'll show you if my computer would allow me. I'll be able to show you. But and so you would be able to. It's a four module course that you can actually take your time, and it tells you everything that you need right there. Okay?
All right.
Yes,
Okay.
everything that you need. Right now is that it's at a discount. It's going to go up by next week. So you want to quickly
Mm-hmm.
grab it. And
Mm-hmm.
if you want a one-on-one, not a one-on-one, multiple on one, right? A strategy call, then we can also schedule that. If you buy it, if you get it right now during the live, anyone that gets it during the live, they get that strategy session also for free, where you can also ask your question. Lillian, hi. Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Okay. Yeah, it
Okay.
did. All right.
Okay.
Thank you,
No,
mom.
you can still stay up. It's okay. The
Okay.
P5,
All right.
come up, P5. The P5, come up. And today is question and answer day, guys. So feel free to ask me any question. I'm here. That's why we're here. So you said, when is the training for the stock? So it should be coming. I was hoping next week. The only issue in I'll bring you up P5, and every other person, you feel free to just, where are you? I can't seem to find, I just see a few people. Hey, Brony, welcome. Can you just request P5? I'm trying to say, well, I don't know, but just request so that you can come up, right? So that is coming up. I was thinking next week, but the issue that I have is, the concern is, I was hoping that this is a workshop where people can actually open, for the people that don't have the account open, they can actually open their accounts during the live. But then I know people are working during the week, so it should be during the weekend. So I'm like, how do you? Oh, you're at work. Okay. How do we? And maybe you guys can help me, because I want a situation where it should be answered. This is totally off work, but yeah. So thank you, Azel. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, right? Thank you so much for the kind words. All right. So what the issue is? I'm trying a situation to get people, because I get this question every single time. Thank you so much for subscribing. Where people would say, you know what, I want to do this, I want to invest, but I try to open the account and I'm having issues with Fidelity. That's why it's a workshop more than a training, where it's hands-on. You are opening the account right there. You are able to do all of these things right in that call. But then for you to be able to do it, it has to be almost like during the week when the market is open, or when the the where Fidelity is open, whatever, the brokerage firm are open, so just in case there's any issue, you can get on the call. The other way, that's one way. Okay, so we're doing it during the week, and you're doing all of that in the workshop. The other way is that we spend we do 2 days, but it's going to fall over another week, right? To make sure that, okay, if you try to open the account, in one day. We'll tell you these are the steps for you to open the account. You do it. Then the following week, we expect that every single person has an opened account. And then in that workshop, right there, we actually do the hands-on where you do the trade, place the trade while we are in that workshop. Because the goal for this is it's basically hands-on, whereby you get the result I want to get out of this for everyone is that you have your automation set up. You have your account open. Your account, by the time at the end of the workshop, you should have your investment set up. Okay, so you want to be deducting $100 automatically every single paycheck. You should have it set up. You want to buy S&P 500, Nasdaq 100, dividends or whatever, anything that you want to buy. You have it set up that one time and you let it slide. You just let it be. And even if you don't touch it again, ever again, you already have something for yourself. So that's my issue right now. So I think and please, Rivana or anyone, advise how do you think we should handle that? Because I know people will be busy during the week, during the day in the week, but at the same time, how to, or maybe I can just make it a requirement that make sure you open your account. I'm going to get off here because I have to leave, but thank you oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Hazel, thank you so much. And feel free to come back again from time to time. Yeah, so today's question and answer day. Yeah, so the P5, what do you think, right? I mean, it's our community, it's whatever you guys, maybe we'll do it 2 weekends, or I make it a prerequisite that people should just have their account opened before before the event, right? Before the workshop, and then in the workshop we get it all the weekend. Okay, so the weekend, right? So we just need to ensure that everybody has their account opened, right, before the workshop, and just give a few options that they get the account open before the workshop. Then in the workshop we are basically executed, because I want a situation where by the time you're out of the workshop, the result, right, the account opened before the workshop. Great, thank you. Thank you. And then we only open or advise people that have proper issues with opening the account. We discuss it with them in that workshop. Okay. Thank you. We'll do that. So if it's that, then we can still have it be this next coming weekend or the weekend after, like the weekend of what day are we? What day are we? And we're talking about the smart investing workshop, guys. For the people that just joining, we're talking about the smart investing workshop. So 18. So next week is the 25th. So it might just be the second. It might be the second. Hey, Sister Vera, how are you? Welcome. All right, so today is just a freestyle. Any question you might have about real estate, any questions on smart investing, just ask me anything at all. Today is it's not a teaching, I mean, just your opportunity to ask all the questions. This is free consultation, free strategy session, free everything that you need to, that you might just want to talk about, right here. Yeah. So that's what we are doing today. So welcome everyone. Happy Saturday. By the way, what's going on? Are you guys seeing the prices of things? I know the prices of things are just gone up. That's just on the side. Everything is just so crazy in terms of prices. We went on grocery shopping today. Thank you so much for the roses, Sister Vera, and everyone. Thank you all for tapping out the live. Rivana, one thing is this for people that actually do live. Are you the only one that is having this issue? I only see top viewers. That's it. I don't see every other person. Unlike before, I would see everyone in my life, but now I don't. It's just like a struggle. Yeah, but thank you. Just in case you are there and I'm not acknowledging you, it's not because I do not want to, but it's just because it's just so I can only see when you put a comment right there or you react. That's when I know you're there. So thank you for subscribing on the YouTube side. And we are talking about real estate and investing, right? I basically talk about 4 pillars of wealth building, right? And the four pillars is one, your skill. It always starts with your income. Income comes first. So do not despise your income, because that income is does two things. It helps you to fund your lifestyle, right? But at the same time, it helps you to actually build wealth. A lot of time people just use that income and they use it to fund lifestyle only, and that is why they feel stuck. However, what you should do with your income is take some of it, fund your depreciating lifestyle liability, anything that is taking money away from you, and then you take some of it and actually, as a matter of fact, 30 to 50%, if you can, towards appreciating cash flowing asset. The reason why is appreciating cash flowing asset will put money in your pocket. It's going to help you build wealth. It's going to give you freedom, which is the ultimate goal. And it's going to help you buy back your time, because all you're doing with your paycheck or with your income, right? The skills is you're trading your time for money, right? For you to be able to get your freedom, it's two things. Take that time. Whenever you trade your time for income, for money, take some of the money, use it for the lifestyle, which is your basic need of life, and be intentional about paying yourself by putting some of it towards cash flowing, appreciating cash flowing assets, ACA, DLL, ACA. And that is how, because ACA would help you build wealth, right? And what are ACA? Smart investing, like ETF. So if you are just hearing, ETF is exchange traded funds. That's ETF for you, exchange traded funds. All right. What is exchange traded fund? It's just a basket of stock. It helps you to diversify your risk. It helps you to diversify your portfolio. Just with whatever dollar, with $1, you can buy 500 companies. You can buy 3,000 companies just with $1. So instead of you investing in one stock, you are investing in multiple stocks just with the same amount. Okay.
Right. Can I just ask a question?
Yes, go
So
ahead,
I've gone to my
Rivana.
Fidelity
Mm-hmm.
account,
Mm-hmm.
and then I've gone to open an account, and then I've chosen general investing,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm where now where it's asking where your cash will be held. Is it Fidelity Government Money Market Fund or taxable interest bearing cash option?
Give me 1 second. I'm also going into my Fidelity account. I mean, you know what that question is, right? That question
Yes.
is basically, instead of them holding cash for you, when you put money that you want to invest, right? Ideally it would be as cash, right, in the bank, right? But they would not hold cash. Instead of them holding cash, they will put it in an investment, right? So they're just asking, and give me 1 second, I'm looking. So it's the, where are you? So, and I'm trying to see open, this is Roth IRA, traditional IRA. Let's see, open a brokerage account, and I'm just trying to. All right. So I want to think that, does it have any description? Right. Okay. So it says for your cash is Fidelity government money, which is XPA excess, right? And there's the F cash, right? That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, so he says your cash is invested in mutual funds and earn daily dividends, which are paid to you monthly, right? As of April 17, 2026, the 7-day yield is 3.29%, right?
Yes.
And past performance is no guarantee of the future. The other one is taxable interest bearing cash option, right? Which is F cash. Your F cash is held in Fidelity as a free credit balance and earn interest daily, which is paid to you monthly. As of April 18, 2026, the interest rate is 1.826. Interest rate may change at any time. So it's of you to choose whichever one that you want, really. In this case, just choose anyone. I mean, I would choose 3.29, right? Because
Yeah.
it's higher than 1.82%, right? Because it's going to, you can easily liquidate it. It's like going to be, how do I put it? It's just a form of, you can still trade with that money
Yeah.
immediately. So I'll take 3.2. If I were in your shoes, that's what I would do. I'll take the higher, right? Yeah. So the
Yeah.
XBA excess, and I'm glad you're doing that right now. And this is exactly what we're
Yeah.
going to be doing in the the workshop, right? And then you have your account, you have your core position, you have your name and all of that. It should be quick for you because you already have an account right
Yeah,
there.
but it has logged me out after I chose the money markets.
Yeah, then log in
3.3.
again. Log in again. It's because maybe you because you were waiting. It times out, right?
Okay.
Yeah, just log in again. I was able to go to the next page and it will pull all your information because you already have an account. But for somebody that is just new,
Mm-hmm.
they would need to fill all of those information that you would see in your own page right now. So we're just
Okay.
talking about this is question and answer, guys. It's your opportunity. All right, Rivanna is just using her own opportunity. Feel free to come up, ask questions. We are talking about real estate, smart investing. Ask me any question. And if you are just joining, we are also going to be having a smart investing workshop coming shortly. So you don't want to miss that. I think I will do it the week of May the 2nd, the weekend May the 2nd. So you can actually open the account and get started with your investing, right? Your investing. So this is very this is a way that you build wealth. That is wealth building too for yourself, right? Really, this is not a
Um,
tip. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's taking me to rolling right along.
Say that again.
So when I clicked on the last one, it
Mm-hmm.
said open an account,
Mm-hmm.
and then down below it, it's saying rolling right along.
I'm not sure what that is because I'm looking at it right rolling. Okay, click on it and see what it's telling you.
It wants me to transfer. It says transfer your money.
Oh, okay. So I guess he wants some of your, because you will set. I think he probably already set. Can you see the account? Did he create the account?
Let me see.
Yeah, because you need to see did he create the account? Because on my end here, when I'm looking at the
Oh,
account,
yeah, I think so because there is this individual account and then
okay,
there is
so
my own account.
you have the account open now. That's what it means. So the next thing is for you to fund your account, right? So,
So add funds. Okay.
yeah, so you add
Mm-hmm.
funds. So you might transfer money from if you have from another account or you are linking a bank account, and then once you have your account linked, then you can boom, it has money right there. There you can start trading. But I don't think you cannot trade over the weekend, right? So you cannot.
Oh,
I don't think so. You can try it and just see, but I know that just try it and see. Let me see. By the way, I'm trying to do that because I know on Robinhood you can still trade, but it would say aftermarket, so everything is going to settle later. You know. All right. So we're talking about real estate investing, smart investing. But if you have any question at all, feel free to ask me. Okay, it's free. It's free consultation today, right? Welcome, welcome, Lux. Damsey, welcome as well. Feel free to request to come up. All right, it is open. It's a panel today, and for people on YouTube, you're wondering because we have the TikTok as well. This is about efficiency. So if you have any question, please drop it. Let me know where you are connecting from as well. And if you're just meeting me, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology. I'm a serial investor and I help professionals build wealth the right way. Right. So today it's just about question and answer. I teach about four pillars of wealth, how you can increase your income, which is through your skills, right? And then when you have your income, you're smart investing like ETFs, stocks, all of those kind of things. Then real estate, which is your wealth builder. Then the financial fortress, which is financial discipline, financial literacy, financial planning, and of course all of this lead to financial freedom. So if your goal is to, you're tired of the paycheck to paycheck cycle, you want to build wealth, generational wealth, not get rich quick scheme, right? the one that helps you to build wealth the right way. That's why the right way is there. Then I am here, right here for you. There is a smart workshop coming up shortly, and we have just, if you're also interested in real estate, get the real estate boot camp, how to buy your real estate in 90 days. All that you need, all the strategies that you need, right there, financing option you would find right in the boot camp. Because by the time you're done, you should be able to take an action on your first property in 90 days by summer, basically. All right. Thank you so much for the follow. All right. So feel free to come up on TikTok. Feel free to come up. I would invite you. Just if you don't know how to do the invite, just put a comment right there. It is a free consultation, free strategy session, real estate, and Rivanna is just taking her own opportunity right now, opening our own account. How is it going, Rivanna? Rivanna?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that all is going on well with you, with that
Yeah,
opening of the account.
yeah, I'm trying to send money and see.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
just do that, and then you can just simply start with an SRP 500. Don't do so much, right? Dollar cost average. There's something called dollar cost average, DCA. Put one if you want to know what dollar cost average mean, or if you put zero if you don't know, and put one if you want to know what dollar cost average is. So great, great, great. We're talking about real estate, smart investing. Ask me any question. Yeah, I just joined the live. I'm willing to learn about this. Absolutely. Hey, Sister Vera, welcome. Welcome. You're doing the right thing. Welcome. I'm not sure what to call your name, but so, hey, Sister Vera, welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for joining the live and always supporting.
Yes, I love this page.
Great. Any question?
Not at the time, no. Thank you.
Okay, that's good. Yay. But thank you. Coming up, I just love everyone coming up the panel today. So if you want to come up, yeah, feel free to request. Let me get I'm not sure what to call your name, but I just also invited you. So that if anybody has any question, Rivanna is trying to get accounts funded right now. Hey, and you've worked for 200 minutes, Sister Vera. Thank you. Well done, well done.
Time flies when you're having fun.
I'm glad you're having fun. I am glad, but not just having fun, you're executing, you're building the wealth. That's the
Come
most
on.
important part of
Yes.
it. Awesome, awesome, great, awesome. So, I'm not sure the name that you call. You join the life and you're willing to learn. So, 5 things that you would take out of this life. There's one thing that I want to say. 5 things, right? Number one, you're just meeting me. I'm Dr. Lina. I'm Doctor of Business and Technology. I own and manage double-digit real estate portfolio. I have been investing close to 2 decades, but specifically investing in real estate for over a decade. So that's my profile right there. So if you are trying to build wealth and you're trying to start investing, then you are in the right place. Okay, so I teach 4 principles, or yes, four. I call it 4 pillars of wealth building. One, it starts with your income. Never despise your income, right? Your income is a tool that will help you build wealth, because a lot of times people would, if you, it depends on what you do with that income. If all you do is fund your depreciating lifestyle, then you will continue to work, because remember, you are trading your time for money. So you will have to continue to work to fund that lifestyle. That's what it means. But for you to be able to get financial freedom, to be free, right? Working optional, working because you want to work, or work because you are paying bills, right? The only thing you have to do is to delay the gratification, take some of your money, put it towards the lifestyle, and take some of it Ideally, 30 to 50%, put it towards appreciating cash flowing asset. What are appreciating cash flowing asset? That goes to pillar number two. Pillar number two is smart investing, like Rivana is doing right now, or trying to fund our account. So I simply teach, I don't teach day trading, I don't teach charts, I don't teach, it's stock market, but I don't teach any of those things that are risky plays. I always think about safety, right? Protection first, because I talk about long-term investing. So I talk about ETF index funds. Why do I talk about this, or why did I choose this? It's because that's where the multimillionaires and the billionaires, that's where they put their money. It is long-term. It might not be as aggressive, but it is definitely, it brings about growth and compounding do the job. Warren Buffett, that's where he puts his money. So that is the second one. Thank you so much for the roses, Sister Vera. So that is the second thing. Smart investing, ETF, like ETF and index fund, they're almost the same thing. It's just that one is traded during the day and the other is when everything's settled. That's when you get your money. ETF is basically exchange traded fund, which is a basket of stocks, right? Basket of stock. So instead of you picking and choosing and saying which stock should I buy, which one should I buy, just simply buy a basket. Everything in that you are buying. So just a tip, giving you an example. S&P 500, everybody knows that one, but if you don't know, now you know. Top 500 companies in the United States. Right there, you can just simply buy that. All of the top 500 companies, that is what you have in that. Adam, how are you? That is what you have in that basket of funds. And it has returned between 8 to 12% for the past, average for the past 30 years. It means that last year it returned 18%. So it means that, see, remember, it's long-term investing we're doing here. So if you put your money in 5 years, it means that your chances of getting 10 to 12% is very high or higher. Last year it was 18%. So really, Sister Vera, yeah, you said, where do I buy a basket? What platform? So Fidelity, Rivana is doing this right now. Fidelity, Schwab, if you're in the United States, Fidelity, Schwab's, or Vanguard. That's a top brokerage firm, just like Bank of America, Chase, and Wells Fargo. That's the top three. But then there is also Robinhood. There is also Ameritrade. There are way more, right? Way more. There is Empower. Some of these that where you have your 401k. If you are in Canada, there is Wealth Simple. If you are in Europe, you're in the UK, and it's the rest of Europe, there is Trading 212. If you are in Africa, you can buy in Urban Welcome. If you are in Africa, you can do Bamboo. There's Stanbic IBTC. There is what's it called? Stanbic IBTC. There is Investment One, or just simply go on Google and just search which one are the best platform brokerage firm where I can buy an ETF or S&P 500. You can trade it anywhere in the world. So there is no restriction. There's no excuse why you cannot buy. But if you are struggling, reach out. And by the way, I'm hosting a smart investing workshop just for the purpose of this. Sister Vera, it's going to be, now that we talked about it, it's going to be May the 1st, right? I think I will tell everyone to go open your account, put the guide how to do it, right? So you open the account before the workshop, because it's going to be live. Then you place the order, you place the trade, you do all of that and set it up recurring, and you are good to go. So be on the lookout for that, and you'll be able to get everything. But back to your question, Sister Vera, since you are in the United States, any of those 3 or 4, Robinhood, Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab. Fidelity is pretty popular, so you might want to do that if you are comfortable with that, or if you have a 401k somewhere already, you can also open your brokerage account there, or and your Roth IRA. So, okay. So I hope that answers your question, Sister Vera. Okay, that's great. But yes, just open Fidelity. You can be opening it as we speak right now. You can just be doing it and do not procrastinate. Rivana is doing that right now. She is opening her own. She's opening her own right now as we speak. So she's funding a brokerage account. She already has a Roth, so that's what she's doing, and that's why. So feel free. That's why I'm here for. If you get any eat any bumps on the way, I am here. I have my Fidelity opened as well. All right. So, and my friends on TikTok, YouTube as well, right? Put in the comments if you have any questions as well. And if you haven't subscribed, do that. So the second pillar is smart investing. So Sister Vera, that's an excellent question. Is smart investing. And you can simply, once you open the account, like, in any of those places that I just mentioned, read the review and get comfortable with it. Once you open your account, you want to basically start, you either connect it or put money into the account, fund the account, or you can connect your account such that every single month, every paycheck, as you are getting your paycheck, as they are deducting your taxes, they are also deducting payment to pay you. So you are being paid, right? Well, what does this mean? It simply means that some of this money, every single paycheck, they deduct it and fund your investment, your brokerage account, Fidelity in this case, or Robinhood or whatever, or Trading 212 or Wealth Simple. So your employer, you have a direct deposit into that account, even if it's $10, even if it's 50, any amount you wanted to, just put it there. And then in the account, you are also going to set it up to buy this asset class, the one of your choices. So we're going to be looking at a number of them, right? And then you would pick and choose which of the ETF, because there's so many ETF. Like I said, ETF is just a basket of stocks, right? Many stocks in one. And what is ETF? Why am I talking about ETF? ETF is exchange traded funds for the people that just joined. Exchange traded funds, just like index funds. The reason why it's good, it helps you to diversify. If one stock goes down, you can definitely if one stock goes down, you do not have to bye. Thank you so much for stopping by. Yeah, if one stock goes down, it doesn't mean that your entire portfolio goes down. That's the beauty of ETF, right? That's the beauty of it. So one stock goes down, the rest of 499 is still good, right? That is the beauty of it. It helps you to spread your risk. So you are not thinking, oh, I don't want to lose my money. It is almost built such that the people that actually fit to address the fear of investing, like the S&P 500, and there are so many of them. There's the ETF for oil, there's the ETF for real estate, there's the ETF for the different industry. Or guess what? What if I tell you there's also the ETF for the entire US stock market? Is it how many stocks? Maybe 3,200 stocks. The entire US stock market, there is the ETF for it, which is VTI. You don't want the US market, you want the entire international. There is the ETF for it. You just need to pick and choose what you want. There's the ETF for gold, there's the ETF for crypto, or there is, right? But instead of you saying you are buying one, it's just spread it. So that's the beauty of it. You are spreading your risk. That's the beauty, and that is why you are wondering why the multimillionaires and the billionaires put their money. That's because they don't want to lose it all. It's easier to fall. It's easier not to grow at all than to get up there and fall, right? So that is why they always edge against the risk, right? That is almost like you edging against the risk. All right. So having said that, smart investing is the second one. So if you're interested you should be interested in that if you have not started investing. I always say that if you're a beginner investor, that's where you want to start from. So the smart investing workshop, that should be in 2 weeks. So be ready, book your time, get ready so that you are able, it's going to be hands-on. At the end of it, you should be able to set it up and get it ready. If you decide not to touch it for another 10 years, so be it, and you start growing your wealth. Beauty of it is that if you put 100,000, let's say you put 100,000 there, you're putting it not one time, every time, dollar cost average. You do it over you put, let's say, 100,000 in 7 years, based on rule of 72. In 10 years, your money becomes in 7 years, your money becomes 100,000 becomes 200,000. 14 years, it becomes 400,000. In 21 years, it becomes 800. In 28 years, it becomes 1.6 million. The same money, right? The same money. You do not even add any other thing to it. That is the power of compound interest, the eighth wonder of the world. Now, so having said that, absolutely beautiful strategy to build wealth. The time in the market versus timing the market. The time that you spend in the market always beat you timing and saying that, oh, when is the stock market going to go down? The time is already past. The person that started and just bought would have actually won. Thank you so much, Texas Island. Hey, Texas, my fellow Texan. Yeah, so that's it. Now, the third pillar, pillar number one, starts with your income, right? We're putting some of it towards appreciating asset. Appreciating asset is what? One is smart investing, like ETF, like I talked about. Now, the third one, which I absolutely love, the absolutely wealth builder, it is the real estate. Real estate pays you in six different ways. Before I used to say for my, now it's six. One is your cash flow, using tenants' money to pay the bank, right? The difference between the mortgage and the rent, that is cash flow. The second thing that you get is the equity. Every time that you pay back the bank, you reduce your loan, giving you more equity in that property. Third is appreciation. Appreciation. Every time the property doubles its value every 10 years, just like rule of 72 with ETF. Real estate doubles every 10 years. If you buy it right, if you buy it right, doubles every 10 years. So it means it gives you additional, it means that your equity also doubles, or if not triple at that point. Then you also have something called tax benefit. I was showing that yesterday. You see the long list of everything that you can claim to reduce your taxes. The other thing is leverage. Just with 8,000, 10,000, 12,000, you can easily buy a home of 250,000 or even more with an FHA loan. And if you are doing an investment property, 20% is all that you need, and you get the property. Now, the difference between ETF, even though as beautiful as it is, as nice as it is, the difference is that if you want to buy a $250,000 into worth of ETF, you better have that your 250,000 looking in your account. Rivanna just said she should fund the account. That's what they just told her, right? That's what it tells. But with real estate, they are strategies. I mean, it's available. It's not. So that is the other beauty of it. Then the other thing aside from that is using other people's money. You use the tenants' money, you use IRS money, government's money to fund the repairs, to fund a whole lot, right? That is the beauty of real estate. 6 ways it gets to pay you. So that is real estate. I am very heavy in real estate, right? And also heavy in ETF, because guess what? It's about diversification. No size fits all. So don't just say you are picking or choosing, which is the biggest mistake a lot of people make when it comes to investing. They want to pick this, or it's either this or this. No, it's an order. It's a sequence, right? It's a sequence. So that is the 3 pillars. Then pillar number 4 is what I call financial fortress, because you can build wealth. You don't want it to collapse, right? It comes with financial planning. You have your trust, you have, your probate, you have insurance, all of those. Emergency fund, 300,000 people just got laid off. I mean, 30,000 people just got laid off in Oracle, right? If they have emergency fund, they will be able to pick themselves up. If they don't have an emergency fund, what they're going to start, what they're backing on is they're going to embark on debt, and for them to come up again would say it's going to be a struggle. Emergency fund is key. So it's protection before even building. That's that, right? Financial plan. Then financial literacy. You need to get education about all of about your money. You work too hard for your money. Trading time for your see, these are books, right? Read books, get education. Everybody knows Rich Dad Poor Dad. You need to have the basic knowledge of, basic knowledge, not just basic knowledge of medicine, not just basic knowledge of engineering. You should have basic knowledge, because you get money from all of that, your skills. If you don't manage it well, then you end up working as an engineer continuously, non-stop till you are 65 and beyond, and then you die, right? Basically. But if you get financial education, what's going to happen is that your engineering knowledge or medical knowledge or not, whatever knowledge, you'll be able to translate it to wealth building, whereby you can step away. You don't have to trade your time for money any longer. So that's why financial literacy is everybody should have it. Our kids, that's how you build generational wealth, right? Then that's financial literacy. Then there is the financial discipline. Do you remember me? Oh, Liz, how are you? I'm not sure, but I would remember if you try to describe. So But welcome here. Happy Saturday. So the other thing is your financial discipline. It's the discipline that would help you delay the gratification. Where your friends are buying things and you are saying, oh, you know what, you are not going to be pressured. You are not pressing people. You are not impressing anybody. You are just running your race. We are making sure that you are saving close to 30 to 50% because it is that savings that you have, that amount that you save, that is what is going to help you build wealth. Remember your salary, right? This salary, all that you use it for is expenses. It is just going to, you are not going to build wealth. You just keep trading time for money. But if you take some of it and you use it towards asset, pillar number 2, pillar number 3 that I talked about, you use it for that, that's going to help you grow your wealth. That's going to help you grow your wealth. And that is how you can end you trading your time for money. Or you're just working because you want to work, not because you work to pay bills. So those are the 4 pillars. And the last one, if you're able to balance all these things that I talk about, trust me, it is a proven step that you are going to have financial freedom. Because guess what? Financial freedom is the goal. Money is not the goal. Money is just a tool, right, that would help you achieve financial freedom, right? A lot of time people always make that mistake. You can be making money. When you trade your time, you don't have freedom. You don't have control over your time. I want to do real estate. Where do I start? Rivana, I said that earlier. The boot camp, right? You have the tool. You have it, you would, okay, let me show you once and for all. I know that you're very interested in that. So you find it right here. So go, if you're on TikTok, you find it right there. Let me take it one step backwards. Okay, so this is my landing page, right, Rivanna? This is the landing page right there. So you see Nestude at yes, you find it. When you go there, click on it. If you can follow it right now, that would be great. Then it will bring you here. Okay, it will try to trick you. Then you click on open anyway.
Okay.
Right, so you would see it here. You would have it. You buy your rental property in 90 days, even with your 9 to 5. I was able to do it. Yes, I'm doing this with my 9 to 5. I'm a vice president of technology. Yes, yet I am managing double-digit real estate portfolio. So you click on it and then you can make the purchase right there. It's 4 modules with the slides, and then you also have access to the closed community where you would also have access to some of those deals that I tell you about, which is 20% in whenever I'm buying, I always say that I buy the property 20% below the market value, right? So that is also going to give you that opportunity to expose you to those kind of deals. So if you are looking for wholesaler, hey, Bread Meeting, welcome. Thank you all for subscribing. I hope, were you able to follow? So you find it right there. And then you would also have opportunity to do strategy session, free strategy session for you to ask any question, not just you, but the group, right there. So that is it that you have right there. Otherwise, if you want a course consultation one-on-one for you to design for you, you can also get that. So really, I hope that helps, Rivanna.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, yeah. So that is that. So really, that's the 4 pillars right there, because the goal is financial freedom. Okay? The goal is financial freedom. And if anybody wants to come up, you have any specific question, this is your time. Ask any question. This is free consultation. Ask any question. Rivanna, how are we doing with were you able to fund the account? Were you able to?
I can't find it. I think it's because it's on a weekend.
It's in a weekend. Okay, all right.
So I'll find it on Monday.
Okay, that is perfect. Then once you can just simply just buy, start with an S&P 500. Don't you use all the money. Just put your legs in the water, right? Buy a little bit first, and just at least so that you know that it works. you know.
I know it works. My friends have it, so that's why I know it works. So I'll go for it.
And you're not delaying. I love that. I love
No,
that.
I'm not.
I love
I've
that.
been wanting to do it for the last like 2 months, but I couldn't just get like how to open the account and everything. But as per today, then I was able to open my own account.
Yeah, see, I think we should do this more of ask me question and answer because you just did
Yeah.
everything right there. You never even
Yeah,
took you
because
two
I
minutes.
always come here every time. I know you come around 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. So I'm always here, but I don't get to know how to open the account. So at least I had a chance today. Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome. That's good. I am happy. I'm happy. And that's why I said we should have the smart investing workshop. You know, it's not going to be not a training. This is a workshop where you execute in that in that
Yeah.
place. Yes. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I'm glad. See, just this little opportunity and you were able to do it. You
Yeah.
were able to do it. I'm glad. And I will be checking in on join the live on Monday, just so you I want to make sure that you buy those assets. You buy those
Yeah.
ETFs.
I will.
Yes, I know you will. I know. I know you will. But if anybody wants to come up as well, come up and ask your question right now. Bullet, how are you? Oh, Bullet. Are you trading Bullet?
Not ready. How
Yes,
are you,
sir.
ma'am?
I'm fine. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. A quick question, please. Trying to get a real estate agent certificate in the United Arab Emirates. How does that work?
Huh. Well, I'm in the United States, first of all.
Ah,
Yes. But then I'm not also a realtor, right? I'm a real estate investor, right? The two different things. But what I would advise, okay? What I would advise or recommend would be let's go on Google and we can do that. How do we become how to get a real estate license, right? Real estate
yeah.
license. Are you are in UAE, I believe, right?
Yes,
In
sure.
UAE, right? I do have real estate license. Okay. I think the beautiful thing, I think, is that Keller Williams. Oh, no, not this, not this. Obtain a real estate license in UAE, particularly Dubai. You can complete specific test steps, including obtaining a residence visa, completing training, passing an RERA exam. RERA, RERA exam, and applying for the license through the Dubai Land Department, right? So it's three steps, right? Three steps. Obtain residency visa. I want to believe you have that. You know, complete RERA approved training, so you can do the training through Dubai Real Estate Institute, DREI. You can do it right there. um Typically the training takes 3 to 5 days. Oh wow, that's quick. So you can get the training done in 3 to 5 days. All right. And after completing the training, you will get to do the exam, real estate regulatory agency exam. And the exam fee is 4,300 dirhams, and which included the training and the test. Then you submit your license application to Dubai Land Department. That's it. Then you receive your real estate license.
So, what's the advice to beginner? Where do I start from when one want to get involved with real estate? Very novice to the entire fee of real estate. What's the advice for somebody who is a beginner? Where do they start from? What are your encouragement to where to start from?
Okay, good question. Amazing question. Two ways to get into real estate, right? One is becoming an earner, the other is becoming an owner. That's the two ways, right? Earner, owner. And what do I mean? whatever strategy that you just asked about right now, hey Silver, yo, I know you can come out, it's okay. If the one strategy as an earner, it's real estate, what did it real estate agents, like what you just asked about, what I just described. That is you
Yeah,
getting your
that's
real
what that.
estate. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm interested in.
Okay. And the other way is real estate investor, which is what I do, right? So if what you want to do is you want to start earning, I just described, just go on Google what I just did right now, get the license, right? If you have it starts with residency visa, right? That's the first thing. And then you do the trading. The other thing is that what I will start immediately doing is, of course, I'm going to be doing the training, right? Go online and just even understand a little bit. Thank you so much for that, Dale. I would start understanding a little bit. Go on other lives like this on YouTube, how to get a real estate license. I'm sure there are things like that. Always look for the things that are free. Rivanna, thank you so much. Always look for things that are free first. You want to just have a basic understanding. Like I just Googled right now. Also go to YouTube and just see other real estate licensed people. Dale, how are you? Thank you so much for that. Welcome in. Right. Feel free to join the panel if you have any question. So go online, right? And go on YouTube or go on TikTok, real estate, or just search so that you understand what does is there even money there? What are the fee structure? So that you know that, okay, I can actually make money. It makes sense for me. This is how much it returns. Thanks for the Go Popular. This is how much it returns. And then you now know that, okay, if it returns, let's say it gives you $10,000 or 10,000 dirhams, every single month, and you are comfortable with that, then you can easily say that it's a career that I want to pursue, right? Then you know that you need to go and get your RERA approved training, get the RERA exam. It requires your effort. That is going to be my number one thing that I would advise, right? Just like you're doing right now, but just do it with the real estate in agency thing. Now, my honest opinion is, as you are getting that money, hey Stephanie, welcome. As you are getting that money, always think about moving from the earners category to owners category. Earners category, you continue to trade your time for money. You are going to be okay, but you will not build. It's not going to help you build wealth. A lot of real estate agents, they're not a lot of them don't build wealth. They are just building, getting money. But if they take, it's just like your salary. Basically, it's just because they're like income earner. The only thing is that it's
Yeah,
almost like
commission.
exactly. So if they don't sell, they don't get money. But you want to, as you are making the money, ensure that you are putting some of them towards assets. That moves you from being an earner to an owner. Ownership is where the money is because it doesn't require, you are not waiting on commission. You're taking some of the money, let's say you get 10,000 in commission, take 3,000 out of that commission, save it, put it in stocks or ETF. Once you have the capital to start buying your real estate, also buy your real estate. You can't be servicing people, right? Buying properties for people and you don't own yours just for yourself. And I know UAE, that I have some friends right there that what they do, they are investors. They buy property and they rent it out. And I know that there's also, it's a lot of tax benefits, a huge tax benefit when it comes to real estate in UAE, right? So I know that for sure. So always think about not just being an owner, an earner. Always think of how to become an owner, because if your goal is freedom, that's the only way to get freedom. But start with YouTube and TikTok, all of those real estate license. In UAE and all of that. Start with that. All right.
Yeah, thanks so much. But I was just asking on the best suggested area to start from as a low earner. So I don't have the strength to become a owner. So I just wanted to know where do I start from. But thanks for your contribution and your advice. I do appreciate. Thanks so much.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad we were able to do that bullet, and that's why I said the word. As the income start coming in, you're doing it the right way because you're starting. I always say it starts with your income. Your real estate license will help you start getting that income, but do not stay in that category forever. Just make sure as the getting that income, make sure you're intentionally saving some of them so that you can transition from being the earner to an owner. So you're doing it absolutely right, and I'm definitely rooting for you, Bullet. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Awesome.
thanks so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Any other question? This is your free consultation. Ask me anything. Real estate, investing. Ask me anything. And if you're just joining, that's what you're doing. You're just meeting me for the first time. I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology. And of course, I do help professionals build wealth the right way. I'm a serial investor. I own and manage double-digit real estate portfolio. And of course, I also do some smart investing through ETFs, through a little bit, tiny bit of individual stocks that I have researched or I have passion for. So that's basically what I do. All right, Dell, you are up. How are you, my friend? How are you? You have any question?
Hi, Dr. Lina. How are you?
Hey, I'm well. How are you, the radiologist?
I'm good. I'm good. Chilling out today. I'm home.
Oh,
I work
lovely.
today. Yeah.
Yay, your freedom day, right?
Yes, it is.
Great.
I mean, you have some ancient topic, everything. I mean, I'm not in real estate, but I'm learning everything that you've been talking about. And hopefully some days, I can also invest in that. But my question mostly is, I have kids and I wanted to start, they say like the 5 to 9, how to invest for them for college, something like that. I mean, I haven't started early. Like one of them is going to be 13 in October. One of them is going to be 10. So I'm wanting to know what kind of advice you have that I can, contribute towards the education or anything that I can do for them for them to have freedom, financial freedom when they grow up. And also my second question will be about I have a 403B. So that's the only thing I have. I know they also talk about RRA. So what is your intent of that? Also, should I contribute towards that as well? Beside the 403B, that's the only retirement plans that I have. I'm 45, so yeah. What kind of advice, you give me?
Great question. Great question, radiology, and never too late, right? Today is also a better day, right? Today, the more days that you wait, the longer it is. So let's start with the second question. 403B, I want to be, that is 401k, right? You're in education, right? Or where, which field?
Yeah, ultrasound, radiology, ultrasound.
Okay, so that's your 401k, basically. That's your retirement funds, right? 403b.
Correct.
Okay, that's okay. So that's what yeah. So you have your 401k. You should also think about your Roth IRA. Okay, Roth, the difference between your 403b and Roth IRA is one goes tax free. I mean, your 401k right now, your 403b, they don't deduct tax. The taxes will be deducted when you retire or whenever you are, at the retirement age and you start doing distribution. You will be taxed at that time. So think about it like this. Let's assume that all that you contributed is 300,000, right? All through the life. Now, when it comes to the time when you at the retirement age, they are going to now tax you at a particular tax bracket at that time. So let's assume that you contributed 300,000 and it grew all the way to 1 million. Whatever you are going to get, it's going to be taxed. The entire, extra 700,000, there's going to be capital gain tax on that, which could reduce your 1 million to maybe 800,000, thereabout. Now, Roth IRA, on the other hand, the same thing. Let's assume that you contributed 300,000, but then you'll be taxed upfront right now. So maybe all you put in is 250,000 because it's already taxed. If that 250,000 grows all the way to 1 million, at retirement, all you get is your entire $1 million, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
it's a tax advantage account, basically, right? It gives you more, it puts more into your pocket, and that is why there's also a limit to what you can put in, which is $7,500 a year, right? So that's all, that's what you can put in, but you can also do a catch up. I think if you did not contribute in previous year, you can also be able to contribute like 15,000 or whatever. Now, there's also the income limitation. If you are on a certain income bracket, which is like maybe 150,000 or something, depending on the household, you might not qualify for it. But then there is also the something called backdoor Roth IRA, where you pay the tax right now and then you would pay the money in your own Roth. There's the limit, which is 7,500 as well. So you can use all of that. So aside the 403b, you want to have your Roth IRA. That's going to help you, right? Then you should also have your health savings account. A lot of time people don't talk about that. It's going to help you in your old age with health, whatever. We all know that, all those social security might not be in existence at that point. So think about, if you're looking for three accounts, as two other accounts aside from your 403b, it will be your HSA, your Roth IRA, and lastly, your brokerage. All these other ones that I've talked about is for your future, your retirement. But for today, your brokerage account, right? Should also open that as well. This one, the other ones, if you take money out of it before you turn 59 and a half, you will be penalized. You get penalty just like your 401k. But for your brokerage account, you can take money at any time, right, without any penalty. However, it's a taxed account. It will be taxed normally. You pay capital gain tax on it. So that's it. So you have three accounts additional that you need to put in, and you don't have to max it all out, but just do it, right? Like your 403b, just max it to whatever your employer is matching. So if they're matching 3%, that's all that you put. Put the remaining in your in your Roth IRA and your brokerage account. Does that make sense? So that's that. And your HSA for your health. The other you said for your kids. Now you can do 529, but 529 did not make sense for me. It did not. I started it years ago, maybe like 13, 14 years ago. So I had the 529, I had the UTMA account. UTMA, it's the account for minors. So you own the account, you're the thank you so much for that. You are the account owner, but you're opening the account on the behalf of a minor and you can put money in there, right? But the 529 wasn't making sense because they put the money in the stock market. At time it doesn't grow. It wasn't growing at that point. And at the same time, if they don't use the money, they can only use the money for basically education, which is tuition, board, and books, right? What if the child gets scholarship? What happens? And then the other part of it is that it limits the kids from getting some financial aids, right? I'm not talking about loans now, like financial aids, which they will calculate their own financial aid after they've calculated this 529 and every other thing that they have. So because of all of these things, be this bureaucracy, that's how we got into real estate, by the way. The story is how we got into real estate. So we started buying a property, using it saved the money, okay, in a down payment, and we use it for each kid to say that, not that each kid directly, we started saying, okay, this is kid number 1, kid number 2, just like that. It's in a name, but then we use it as down payment towards property. So you can do the 529, but just do your research. It did not work for me. Full disclaimer, I still have it because you can't take the money out, but to the point where we stopped. And then we started saving the money into an account, right? Which we now started using as a down payment towards real estate. And once we got to all of the kids, right, then we realized that we were getting tax benefit because of the income, right? We were able to reduce our taxes every single year, and then that's how we started expanding, and we got to the double digit real estate portfolio, So yeah, so that's our own story. So you can do real estate or you can do 529. Some people do IUL, which I don't know anything about, but I'm just giving you the different options right there. Yeah, or you can simply just put it in ETS for them, and let it just grow, right?
Okay. So you say ETS?
ETF, like exchange traded funds,
ETF.
like the stock market that I talk about. So you can, while you're still building the money, what I'll do, okay, if I were in your shoes, if you want my honest, what I would do, Dr. Lina, what I'll do is I would start putting the money that I'm putting in 529 or whatever, which is what we
Yeah.
did. I'll start putting it in savings account, right? Not, can you explain that again? This shit is kind of hard to understand. Okay, all right, just calm down. All right, I'll explain again. So instead of the 529, since when you put the money in the 529, it's locked, you cannot take it out, right? So I'll put it in maybe like an IU savings account, right? Every single month. So as it's growing, I would transition the money. IU savings account is a normal traditional bank account, right? But it grows 3 to 6%. So like Capital One give you 3.3%. That's one. Then once the money, maybe after 3 months, I will transfer the money and I'll put it to buy open a Fidelity account and ETF, which is exchange traded funds, like a basket of funds, right? I open a Fidelity account, transfer the money into that Fidelity account or Vanguard, Robinhood, whichever one. Once the money gets in there, I will buy ETF, right? Like an S&P 500, top 500 companies in the United States, or I buy the entire US market. They've returned between 8 to 12% averagely, or I'll buy Nasdaq 100. I don't know the ages. If they are still very young, I will mix it between S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100. I can even put a little bit of real estate right there, just like in that old basket, right? Just mix it that way. That's what I would do. Then once the money is growing and I get to the point where it has the down payment for a property, while the money is growing, since I'm not touching it, while the money is growing, I will continue to I'll continue to put the money in I'll continue to get education for real estate because it requires education, right? And get my credit ready. Once the money is complete and I know the down payment 20% or 3.5, whichever I'm using, once I have it, I will transition it and buy property number one for kid number one. Then I start the process again, start saving money. I buy another property. It's still going to be my name, not in the kid's name, just mentally. I know that it's for this kid. Then the second one, like that's almost by the same range of property. So it's not like there's a gap, and keep buying it like that. If they get to college age, what I'm going to be doing is I either take cash or cash out refinance. If it requires, maybe they're going into medicine and surgery and whatever, that's very expensive, I can take cash out refinance. They still have the property. It's the tenant's money that's been paying for the loan. They still have the property right there, and they would use it to fund their education every single term or whatever, or semester. They fund it like that, right? Or I take an ELOC. ELOC is in the account. It's when I use it, that's when I pay interest. So the money is going to be there, and I will use it to fund the education. What that does is you still have the property, right? Because it's the tenant's money literally that you are taking out of that account every single month, right? Every single time that you pay that kid's education, every single time the property is still there, but then you are just paying it. And then, of course, the tenant is still paying, right? Basically, you're just using the tenant's money to fund your kids' education. Now, if they do not need the money because they got scholarship or whatever, the property is probably paid off at that point. Or if it's not paid off, I simply give them the money and give them the property to say, this is your reward of getting your scholarship. And you can have this property, use it to start your own practice if you are a doctor or whatever you are, use it or give you as a gift when you're getting married. When their kids, when their fellow friends are starting life on a negative, what happens to them? They're starting on a positive. They're starting on a point because a lot of kids will get in student loans, right? Which is happening to a lot of us right now. I mean, I didn't get student loan because my parents paid for it, but then a lot of parents, a lot of kids they're starting at the negative. That is why they're struggling in their finances and not getting financial freedom. But guess what? That is how you build generational wealth, because your own kids are starting as a positive, and then people would say your kids are the trust kid. But what have you done? You have not handed everything to them on a platter of gold. You are teaching them all of these things. So because they are understanding the processes of real estate, it's not like you just hand it over to them. No, they are working for it. They only got that property because they work for it and got a scholarship. If they did not work for it, what's going to happen? They will have a home that's not paid off, right? Something like that. It's also a motivation, and that's how you build generational wealth. You do that for your kids, then you tell them, you have the right to tell them that you are going to do that for my grandkids as well. You will do the same thing, basically. And that is how the generational wealth is done. If they understand it, they are going to teach the same thing to the next generation. And then the next generation is going to teach it to the next generation. And that is where you see that there's certain group of people, they live wealth, generational, like that. And it is not, no single child comes and wastes the money, right? Because it is not just about giving them money, you are also teaching them skills that is going to help them build wealth. That's why you have the entire lineage, 4, 5, 6 lineage that is building wealth. So that's it right there. So that's the strategy I would use. Okay, and that's what I'm using. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. That's a great information.
You're welcome.
I'll start somewhere. Thank you.
You start somewhere. Yeah, start somewhere by opening the account for them.
Yes.
Right. If you're not doing 529, just put it in the account so you're comfortable, right? If you still want to do 529, just leave it in an account first, breed another 1 month or whatever. Just keep storing the money there, right? Then once you are comfortable, are you doing 529? Put the money in the 529. Take all the money that you have been saving in an IE savings account. That's why I said start with IE savings account. Transfer it to 529. If you are not comfortable with 529, you want to go with real estate, then you go that way. If you know that you're not going with real estate, you want to do ETF, go that way. So you have an option, but not saving it at all, right? Not saving it at all is not even an option, but put it in an IE, and it must be generating something. That's why I said IE savings account giving you 3 to 5 to 6%.
That's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. So you have multiple exit strategy right there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, ma'am. Awesome. Great. Any other question? Who else wants to ask question? This is your free time, right? We only do this one time a week, one time. And thank you all that have followed. Rivana, Dale, Sister Vera, Bullet, Stephanie. Stephanie, how are we doing with that real estate? You need to update me. You need to come up and update me. I don't think you're working today. B2 Collection, Chicago Chicken. Ooh, Fish Barbecue. That sounds yum. Jeez. Gideon, where are we on the property? You need to update me. You need to update me on that closing. I need to know. Where me be? How are you? Yeah, I said yum too, right? I need to bring you guys up. Stephanie, I need to bring you. Where are we? Where are we on that purchase? Right? Where are we? And Gideon, I am also bringing you up. You need to tell me, how did the closing go? How did the closing go? Yeah, Wemi, where are we on that? Geez. Yeah, I'm just seeing everybody today. It's happy Saturday, guys. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. So what's going on? Let me know what's going on. Come up, guys. Come up. Yeah, come up. Liz Lama Nigerian Limited. How are you? Omotayo, welcome. Tropical Queen. It's been a minute, right? It is been a minute. So everyone should come up. Everyone should come up. Everyone should come up. And feel free to ask any question. Right. Feel free to ask questions. This is your free time. Hey, Bullet, again.
Yes, it's me. Actually, I have a lot to ask, but I don't know how can I do all my inquiry here. So,
Go ahead.
if a person if a person need a service like a coaching service from you where you can guide them how to proceed, how can they go about that?
Okay, so I would go here. So this is where you go. You see here, nexthuge.me at Money Talk with Dr. Lina, right there. You click on it, then you see open anyway because it will just, when you click on it right there, you would see it right here. So you have consultation, one-on-one consultation, and you can ask me anything. It's your own time. So you can actually book 1 hour of your own time. Yeah, right there. You can do that. I mean, that's what you should do. Okay? So it's one-on-one. It's you can ask any question, anything at all, personal advice, anything, right? It's your 1 hour. That's why it's 1 hour consultation.
All right.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Mr. Bullet. Yes. And Tropical Coin, my kid's 529 gets matched for 5 years. So it works for now. Okay, that's great. That is great. So you said match. It means that it doubled. Does it mean it doubled? When you say match, what does that mean? It says is that it doubled? Tropical Coin, you want to come up? It doesn't mean double. Hey, AP5. Yeah, does it mean doubled? At least I mean, this is one good news so far about 529, right? That's one good news. I like that. All of us, maybe I'm the one not, maybe it wasn't just working for me. Yeah. When you say match, they match up to $500 for
The
5 years.
the link in your bio is not opening.
The link in my bio is not opening. And it does. See, let's do this again. So if you go, did you get here? Right? This is where it took you to. Did it take you here?
I'm trying to open the link.
Is it
Yeah,
on?
it's not opening for me.
So okay, is it TikTok, right? Did you get here? Like this your begin.
I've been there several times. I'm coming back. It's not opening for me.
So go here, nextyou.me, or let me see. Maybe I can send you the link. If you click on that link, right?
Yes.
It will bring you here. This is what you see, right? Did it take you here? Can somebody else try, please? I'm trying to because I can click it's working here. Otherwise, I can send you the link, directly. Let me just see. I can just copy it and just send it to you as a message. Can you send me just a DM and I'll just send it to you because I can see it from here.
I did that. I did that already.
Okay. All right. So let me so any other person having question, but great. I'm doing that bullet and just see. I don't know why. I don't know why, but anyone else with any question, feel free to come up, guys. Feel free to come up. Now is your strategy. It's free strategy call. Yeah, and I'm glad that it's working for you, Tropical Queen. They match up to $500 for a year, so they give you free $500, right? Is that what it means? They give you $500 every year. I just want to make sure that this is working for everyone, and then okay. Copy it. Let me go on TikTok. Okay, that's great. It's good to know. I mean, so far it's working. If it's not broken, there's no reason to fix it. That's my own ideas. Message okay. All right. Where are you?
It's not working. I've checked it too.
It's not working.
Yeah.
Okay. What's going on? Yeah, I just sent. Okay, try the link that I sent to you, Bullet. And I'm going to send the same thing. Rivana, was it Rivana out there?
Yes. Yes, it's me, Rivana.
Okay, let me see. Can you send me a DM, please? I'm trying to, so that I can let me just send, because it's working on my end. Not sure. I just sent Bullet. I just sent you the link. Bullet. And please feel free to ask any question. Real estate investing, or you're just thinking of how to increase your income, right? You want to increase your income. Yeah, we can talk about that as well. AT Bone, how are you? Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you for the follow. This is free strategy session. I talk about 4 pillars of wealth. So if you have any questions about that, 4 pillars, the first one, my number 1 pillar is your income, because income, except you have got an inheritance, or typically it starts with your income. So T-Bone, yes, we talk about how to increase. Oh yes, absolutely. Bullet, is it working now?
Not at all.
Ah,
I'm getting a notice that the link share here may lead to third party. We cannot manage that. That's the notice I'm seeing here.
It's working for me now.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't understand why it's not working.
Can you can you click on it? That it leads to third party. Yes, just click on it. Just keep going. If it allows you. Okay, so how come it's echoing? Can we all mute, please? Okay, perfect. Yeah, so yes, okay, I just joined. Okay. I'll just quickly go through it, a recap. So one is, I talk about 4 pillars of wealth. It's just basic question and answer. If you have any specific question, ask me. You can come on the panel. Everyone here, they're just basically asking their question. So I talk about 4 pillars of building wealth. The first pillar is income, right? Because except you've got an inheritance, it always starts with your income, right? Your income, it's what you do with that your income. Income alone will not help you to build wealth. But what you do with that income is what really matters. If all that you do with your income is to pay bills, you will continue to work and pay bills. That's all you do with your life, right? But then what should you do instead? You should take some of your income, use it to fund your bills and your lifestyle, but you take a lot, ideally 30 to 50% if you can, right? It starts with your income, Dell. So it starts with your income, right? Ideally, if you use all your income to fund bills, it means that you're just working to fund bills. But what you should do instead is take some of the money, fund your bills, okay? Fund some of your bills, and take some of the money to fund your lifestyle. I mean, to fund your asset, appreciating cash flowing asset. Appreciating cash flowing assets simply means that's what you use in growing wealth, right? Depreciating lifestyle liability is something that takes money from you. Liability is anything that takes money from you. Asset is what puts money in your account, because I'm getting a pen. Yeah, it puts money in your account. You want to do that. It puts money in your account. It gives you cash flow, because guess what? Anything that requires your person for you to trade your time for money, right? It means that you will, yes, you will fund the lifestyle, but you will continue to work till you are 65 and you continue to work till you die, basically. Summary of that. But that is what the society, or that's what the system taught us, which is work, work, work. But to beat that system, to end the rat race, right? To end the hamster wheel, yeah, you don't want to do that. Yeah, you, what you do is to get off whatever you want to get off, make it optional. Work because you want to work, or work because you want to, not that you're working to pay bills, because they're two different things. It's you take some of that your income, right? You save some of it, you use some of it to fund lifestyle, save some of it, but you not just save it, you grow it. Because when you grow it, that is when you get investment, right? I mean, that is when you get cash flow. Cash flow is what is going to give you freedom. Money is not the goal, freedom is the goal, right? Freedom is the goal. Your salary, $500,000, it's not freedom. You are just working, right, to fund. It requires your time. So cash flow is key. So that's why I say your income comes first, right? Then you take that income. When that's the part that you save, that is what leads to pillar number 2 that I talk about. Pillar number 2 is smart investing. So I talked about ETF, right? Because it is diverse, it is easy entry. ETF is exchange traded fund or index fund, right? Except, and it's a basket of stocks. So instead of you trying to look for, oh, this stocks, which stock should I start with? Which one should I not start with? You simply just buy a basket of fund that is proven, right? It's been tested. S&P 500, an example, that it's returned between 8 to 12% for the past 30 years averagely. Last year it returned 18%. It means that if you put your $10,000, you get 1,800. That's about 100,000. You get $18,000, right? It is just easy to manage.
Quick question before you go on.
Yes,
where
ma'am.
do we where do we get the ETF? Like, is it through the bank? Is it through where do we invest in that?
So it's a brokerage firm. So in the US, you would have, if you're in the United States, brokerage firm like Fidelity, Schwab's, Vanguard. Like those are like the top 3, just like your Bank of America, Chase, or Wells Fargo. But there's also there's Ameritrade, there is Robinhood, there is Empower. There's so many of them. Brokerage firm, that's what it is, right? Like you have your bank, you also have investment houses, right? Investment firms, right? Like Bank of America, each of them, like Chase, they have JP Morgan, right? So you hear JP Morgan Chase. The investment hand is JP Morgan, right? There is the Bank of America, they have their investment bank, which is Merrill Lynch and Merrill Edge. So they have so many of them. Right, exactly. So many of them, right? Just go on Google investment firm. If you are in Canada, because I know different people I hear, right? In Canada, there is Wealth Simple. In Europe, you have Trading 212. In Africa, right? You have in Africa, you would have the Bamboo, you have Investment One, you have Stanbic IBTC, you have so many. In UAE, bullets, tell me, in UAE, or you can simply get on Google and search top brokerage firm, basically, and that's how you buy it. And you just basically just buy the S&P 500. Just Google which one is S&P 500. Simply buy the one that is good for you. So for anyone that has any question about ETF, I'm not going to spend so much time because we have a whole day or 2 days of investment workshop. It's a workshop where you are going to be buying your first investment, or buy all your investment, you make it recurring and set it, leave it, and it will go. So be on the lookout for that trading. It's a workshop. It's not a trading. It's a workshop. At the end of it, you should have your investment fully set up, like Rivana just did as right here. Took the opportunity. That's exactly what's going to happen. But it's also going to be that and more. Can you talk more on JP Morgan? JP Morgan is the investment arm of Chase. Chase is the bank. JP Morgan is the bank, the investment arm, right? So that training is coming. I think it's going to be the weekend, in 2 weekends from now. I was hoping we can do it next weekend, but I just thought that, I was looking for a situation where you can trade and do it done, open the account, get it done. So it might take 2 days. So just or 2 weekends, right? So be on the lookout for that. So that is ETF. That's the second pillar. Why do I talk about smart investing instead of buying individual stock? That's because it has double, you spread your risk and you have a whole lot of people, the multimillionaires. If you go on Google right now and search, where does the multimillionaires and the billionaires put their money? You would find it right there. It is this one smart, they will call it index fund and ETF is exchange traded fund. Index fund, on the other hand, the difference between them, they're almost the same thing. Still, they still track the same. If it's S&P 500, index fund is FXAXIX, with Fidelity. It's still S&P 500. The only thing is that one is traded like a stock, so you can buy and sell like now, during the trading window. But when it comes to index fund, it's when the account is settled at close, after the trading hours. That is when you get your funds, and that's how you. It's not as flexible, right? But it's still the same thing, right? That is just the basically it when it comes to the difference between the two of them. But the thing about it is that whichever one works, right? Why? Because multimillionaires and billionaires, they have seen something there and they put their money there. So I will put my money there. The other part of it is that the reason why they do that, it's help them diversify their risk. With one, you can lose everything, right? The same way you can gain everything, you can also, your risk is almost 100%, right? But when it comes to it with ETF or index funds, right, you can basically, Mary, thank you for the follow. You can actually have so many, right? If one goes down, you still have 499. You can buy the entire US stock market. So instead of you waiting and saying, oh, which one? You don't have to wait. Easy entry, no barrier. Open the account, get it done, and set it. You can set it one time. It's very passive, right? So that is the second pillar that I talk about. Then the third pillar is real estate, which, of course, if you want any question, it pays you in 4 different ways. It pays you in short 6 different ways. You have appreciation, you have cash flow, you have equity, you have use other people's money, you have leverage. 6 things: tax advantages. I am claiming so much in terms of taxes, especially if you have a W2 or 1099, you can actually reduce how much you pay in taxes. This is what the strategies within the tax code and all of that, that you can actually, if you need anything around that, you have the real estate bootcamp, how you buy your property in 90 days. And you can definitely find if you want me to send you the link, you can find it. I can send it to you, but you can also find it on my page right here. You can find it right there on the page, right? You find it, just click the link, you would see it is 90, buy real estate in 90 days. It means by summer, you would be able to buy your real estate, your first rental property. So that's how you do it. So then the other pillars, right? Just a recap, the other pillars, which is I call it the financial fortress, financial planning, making sure you have trust, making sure you have retirement account, making sure you have emergency fund. 30,000 people were laid off in Oracle. Some of them don't have emergency fund. They cannot take care of themselves for the next 3 months. Then you have your retirement funds. You have all of that, taking insurance, all of that. That's financial planning. There's financial literacy. You're getting books, you're reading, you are listening to life like this. Financially, you work too hard for your money, so you should look for ways to grow it. I get education, a lot of education, just listening to other people. I listen to Call to Leap. I listen to other people just to also get my knowledge, in case, I'm not a master of everything. I know what I know well, right? And then the other thing, if just financial literacy, financial discipline is what is going to help you to keep your 30% or 50% every single month, not spend everything on bills. Your friend is buying a Mercedes, you can decide to look away and know and use your own money to buy a house, right? Use it at the down payment of the house, and then that house will buy your Mercedes and more for you, right? That's how you build it. That is the discipline, right? Financial discipline is key. And when you bring all of this together, is aimed at one thing, not money. It is aimed at financial freedom. I'm telling you, even if you earn $1 million, If so far you are trading your time, you don't have control over your time. You don't have the freedom. You don't, right? You do not. And freedom is the goal. Ability to live life at your own terms. Work because you want to work, not because you have to work to pay bills, right? Dell said yes, absolutely yes, yeah. I told you of the story. Whenever I wanted to buy a car, I just waited another 1 or 2 months. I used the money to buy a house. The house was rented. The tenant pays the car note every single month. Right now, see, that's a win-win for you right there. I have the car, I have the house. I'll pay off the car in another 2, 3 years. I still have my house. If the car depreciates, it doesn't bother me because I did not use my money. I used the tenant money to pay for the car. So that is how it is being done. And the question about how do you increase your income? 2 ways that I always say to increase your income, or 3 ways, is number one, you don't have to go back to another college. For me, I'm a doctor of business and technology. I did not go back to school. I did not go back for my master's or my doctorate until years when I've made so much money, right? Made money, right? Because all I did to be able to pivot, my background, I'm an economist, right? My bachelor's is in economics, but at the same time, I'm also a chartered accountant. And then I realized that I was working in a top 500 companies, right? I was working there and I was realizing I was doing in corporate finance and I was doing so much. And my counterpart in technology doing the same thing that I was doing, the compliance that I was doing, right? They were spending less hours, but they were earning more than me. And I said, you know what? No, there has to be a better way. You know, me, I always look for a better way. The same way I moved from 529 to real estate, right? I said there has to be a better way. And what I did was in 5 months, in literal 5 months, and I'm not kidding, 5 months was what it take. I increased my income by 30,000. This was over 13 years ago. 30,000. Thank you so much for that. 30,000 was what I increased my income by. I did not go back to college. I simply took certification. When I took the certification, that was it. And I got a job, 30,000. I moved from whatever company, that was Procter and Gamble, and I moved to oil and gas. That's how I did it. And I moved, to the technology aspect of compliance. My job was reduced by almost 30%, but my income increased by 30%, right? And that's how I started pursuing that career. Now you do not need to go and get another college degree and take a college loan. You can actually go on Coursera, Coursera. Go there, you will get free training. Harvard Business School, as big as it is, they are free training on AI. There are so many free training. If you just want to just build another skill set, video editing, social media management, go on YouTube. There are free training right there for you that you can do. Rivana, you have a question?
Yeah. What did you say the free trainings are on?
Coursera, C-O, like a course, E-R-A, course, right? R-A, Coursera, Coursera, right? That's one. Harvard Business School is another one. You can
What,
also
sorry?
Harvard, like Harvard.
Harvard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Harvard Business School is another one. Go there. You will be surprised. Harvard, like Harvard. There's free
Yeah.
there as well. I mean, these are information right there. Just even put that on your resume. Thank you so much for that, Del. Put that on your resume that you went to Harvard Business School. Nobody's going to ask you. See, I employ people because my day job is vice president of technology. What I look for is the skills. I would take somebody, it's not about, yes, the degree is good, but tell me that you can do this and do this. I'll give you the job over somebody that has a degree that doesn't know what they're doing. So you have the degree already. There's no reason why you say that, okay, you want to change your career, then you go another 4 years again. And I'm like, did you not get a first degree? I get that every time when people would, except you want to have a specific, you want to go into medicine, you were in law, you want to go into medicine, which I don't even know what is wrong with you. How many lives do you have? Spend already 6 years, then you want to go another 10 years. I mean, anyway, that's a story for another day. But what am I saying? You do not need to spend so much. Go and get another, get all of these certificates. Start with that one first. And then you can also, if you're somebody that you can push it further and take certain certification. Certification, $1,000. All that it took me was less than $1,000 to get a $30,000 increase. talking about return on investment, ROI. That is a major ROI. Less than $1,000 and a little bit of study. I got the certification, increase my income. That is how you do it. Not go another 4 years for another college degree and accumulate another 60,000 debt for an increase of income that is just less than $10,000. That doesn't make sense. So that's what I teach when it comes to skills. That is one way. The other way is that's smart. Thank you. The other way that you can do it, you don't want to go to school, you don't want to do all of that. You can simply supplement your income. Let's assume that you have earning $70,000. Instead of, okay, you don't, and you still want to stay on that lane, you don't want to go certification, right? You can actually do something called supplement your income. It's also like you're getting another stream of income. So it might be something as simple as rent a place, right? Rent a house and use it for short-term rentals, right? But of course, you are going to definitely, I want to be you in the next 5 years. You will even be bigger if if that's your goal, right? Don't ever compare yourself. Just always make yourself a competition for yourself. Thank you so much. Just make I'm not in competition with anybody. I am in competition with myself. Last year, I was never on social media. This year, I'm on social media. So last year, you probably will never see a single picture of myself. People are even shocked that I put my face out there, right? That's how much you can never see. You don't know if I'm married. You don't know if I have kids. You don't know anything really. Right? For all I care, I might be a serial whatever. But look at me right here, talking to everybody, impacting and doing all of this, right? So you always think about you becoming a competition for yourself, not any other person, right? Be a better version of yourself every single year, right? So the second thing is supplement your income, right? Supplement your income like a renter arbitrage. You probably, if you have not heard that, it simply means rent a place and then use it for short-term rentals or medium-term rentals instead of long-term. You rent it as long-term, but you use it as short-term rentals. Use AD&A to check the neighborhood to make sure that you can rent it out absolutely, for short-term or long-term. Maybe there are nurses, all those travel nurses, you're close to the hospital or you are close to, rent it in a place where you can use it for that. That is one strategy. You can rent your car on Toro, right? You are not working on weekends. Rent it out on Toro, right? You can drive Uber. Who is looking at you? You are only in competition of yourself. If you feel that you are too much of a celebrity, wear a face cap and wear a black goggles. Like if you really care about what people say about you. But I really don't even care why you are doing that, because in the first place, nobody's going to pay your bills for you. Nobody's coming to save you. If you know, unemployment is just 6 months. 6 months, after 6 months, nobody gives a dime about you. So if you know that nobody cares about you, that person that you care about so much that you cannot drive Uber, right? If you cannot drive Uber, then that person should better be the person putting food on your table. There's a lady recently, she has over 70,000 people, followers on Instagram. Her name is Joy something. That lady, she's a lawyer. This lady, she said, I need to take care of my family. She started driving Uber. She said I couldn't get a job, and she started doing Uber. She did it week 1, week 2. She was making $150 a day. Right there. That's what she was making with our popular, her. Thank you. So with our old popular, as a matter of fact, she made it a video. She made it a content. Joyful, good. She made it a content. She's a lawyer. She's not just a lawyer. She is a movie producer. She has produced not one, I think two she's a 2-time movie producer. Guess what? From there, she has gotten deals. She has gotten a job. Doors open. I'm telling you. But if she was too feeling big for herself, that video alone gave her 1 point something million or whatever views. Guess what? If she kept quiet or she was still thinking that, somebody who is going to pay her bills for her? No one. And now I'm wearing my wealth coach. I'm not doing investing anymore because I'm a wealth coach, right? So those are the things. Do this, supplement your income, increase your income by, get it. I always say, if you can do the 6-figure, get to a 6-figure salary income, it's going to help. Like the $1 million league that we are building, where you build your wealth, get to $1 million starter in 10 years, right? That is what it's all about. It starts with your 6-figure. Thank you so much for the follow. It starts with your 6-figure salary. right? And this is how you want to do it. Increase it that way. And for whenever you increase your skill set or whatever, another thing, when you're going the skill set route, another thing that you can also do, thank you so much for the roses. Another thing, when you're doing the skill set route, also don't just sit down and be comfortable on a job. This is me coming from a management executive position, vice president of technology, telling you this. So whenever I'm telling you this, you should know this is somebody that moved job for maybe 6 times or 7 times in her career. I've been in corporate America for almost 2 decades. So again, whatever I'm saying, I'm not just saying it because I read it in the book, even though I'm a doctor of business, but I am also telling you from experience. Yeah, yes, class is in session, right? This is Dr. Lina. She's on the passion side of herself today, even though I'm tired, right? This is me. This is why I'm here, right? Just to be able to, like, let's build wealth, right? So the thing about it is that if you can also, guess what? Somebody that had been, how did I get into some of my people that we started together? I actually accelerated beyond them. You know why? Not because I was the smartest, not because of my doctorate. I never even used my doctorate for a job, like, except for the lecturing part. I teach AI, but in the corporate world, it really did not. I was only the master's, right? But the thing about it is, why am I saying this? Because I was able to accelerate the journey faster because I was moving, jumping from, I wasn't loyal. I mean, loyal is good, but trust me, loyal takes money from your pocket. See, every time you move from a job to another, the truth of the matter, for you to leave a job, move from one to the other, there's no way you would, for you to leave me personally, I must get a 10% increase. And anything, it has to be a double-digit increase in salary. So think about if you move like that every single time. I mean, not every single time, maybe every 3 years or 4 years. You move like that 4 times or 5 times in your career. It means that you probably double your income, or almost, your income is you have 50%. Your salary increase, even as a top performer, exceeding expectation. Please put it in comments. Maybe you get 3%. That is you exceeding expectation. That is you exceeding expectation. So, but if you move from one place to the other, you move here every 3 years or 4 years, even though it's risky, even though it's not risky, even though you are going to be learning and unlearning and there's challenging and all of that, you are not going to be comfortable. But guess what? You would increase your income quickly. So that is another strategy. And if you don't want to move, just even put a place I cannot go up. I saw your. Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine, Gideon. Yeah, the other part of it is, the thing about it is, you want to, even if you don't want to move, put yourself out there to see what am I even worth. Some people have not touched their resume in 15 years, in 10 years, that career that they have started. Guess what? You are, how do I put it? Are you still relevant? Right? Are you still relevant? That's the question. So do your resume, dust it. Are they paying you the right? Are you, trust me, some of my bosses, they hate me. You know why? Because I'm probably earning more than them, or we are earning about the same thing, even though they are just bosses by name. Because by the time I'm negotiating, you know where I'm starting from. I'm already higher. And if my boss, the person I'm supposed to report to, has been in this particular level for 10 years, my income will be higher. And I'm telling you a real life story. So that's, you always put your resume out there. Just go and then if you say that, oh, you know what, you are doing so well, you don't want to lose this job, take that income, that your offer, get the offer letter, interview, get the offer letter, then bring it to your employer. The worst that they can say is that, oh, sorry, we cannot, we cannot match that income. And trust me, if you are really indispensable, they would increase it. Even if it's not to that amount, they would increase it. Yes, I am fixing my rates. Okay, Dale, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, girl. That's it. That's how you increase your income. And then when that income increases, we are not using it on depreciating lifestyle liabilities. You are using that money on another asset. You are buying another asset. See, that is the cheat code. That's why you see some people would say, I'm retiring at 40. I'm retiring at 45. And you have been wondering, these people, it's not like they are not smarter than you. They are not. They are just using a strategy that you don't know. Don't be complacent. Always like, okay, every single year as you are writing your new year, new me, have your, whenever I talk about wealth, it's money wealth, time wealth, peace wealth, health wealth. As you're having you want to lose weight or whatever, you want to eat right, exercise. At the same time, you want to say, okay, what is my time wealth? Time wealth is ability to live life without living life at your own terms. What does that mean? Okay, what is my plan? Okay, what's my plan? What is my plan to get financially free? It doesn't mean that you are retiring. I have the options. Okay, I'm okay. I'm currently starting a business. Already started ETF. Thank you for watching. Oh, absolutely, Gideon. Absolutely, absolutely. Congratulations on the business, and I'm glad that you started the ETF. Great, great, great. Awesome. That's the good news I want to hear. Bullet, were you able to take care of it? Were you able to do that? Were you able to do that? All right. Okay. Well, any other question? You were not. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. Maybe you should try again, or maybe it's because of UAE. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, how do I start ETF? We have an smart investing workshop that is going to happen. Be on the lookout for it. Either it's going to be in 2 weeks. Be on that, and it's a workshop because you will be able to get everything done in that. Just get your money ready, right? And just get yourself ready. Read a little bit about it so that you get familiar, and then you take all of the action. It's a workshop, right? I'm about to open my ETF soon. Yes, you can do it in the workshop as well. Dale, Arika, you can do it in the workshop. It's coming. I mean, it's obvious that the workshop is needed. At least now with everyone that I'm hearing, ETF. Who put one in the comment? Yeah, put one in the comment if you're interested in the smart investing workshop. Put one, okay? Put one in the comment. Sister Vera, you want to say something?
I sure do, and it has nothing to do with the content. It does, because the content is excellent, but it boggles my mind that you have such great content and such low likes. If you hold an audience so long, they must like the content. And tapping is clapping, and it's free. Why aren't we tapping the screen?
Okay, I guess that's not me, right? All right, so Sister Vera said tap.
I agree with Sister Vera. I'm keep tapping in here. I think we're the only two.
I think so.
Okay. Dale,
And put in the
Rivanna,
comments
Sister
as well.
Gilda, Wemi, Stephanie, Digital Content, Ecclesi, hey, Chosen, Ochem, Ned, yeah, Tropical Queen. Okay, you hit Sister Vera. Okay, but thank you so much for that, Sister Vera.
No, I'm not finished. It's Eclipse and whatever plus tap the screen. Chosen Felish, tap the screen. It's free. Ocho whatever muter, tap the screen. It's free. Nazita, tap the screen. It's free. You're enjoying the content, obviously. You're here. Show her some love and tap the screen. It helps get her out to the algorithm so that people can find her on the For You page. And the people that really need this is not missing out. I'm not trying to be nitpicky, but really, her content is way too good to be hidden. And the only way she can get out there is if we show TikTok that we like the content that she's bringing. So by all means, please use your finger, buy a tapper if you have to, but tap the screen.
Thank you, Sister Vera. Thank you so much. That actually means a lot to me. Thank you. Thank
No,
you.
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I can say. Yeah. Okay. All right. So thank you for the follow. Thank you for tapping out. Thank you, Sister Vera. Thank you, Dell. Thank you, everyone. It means a lot. I mean, it means a lot to actually feel valued, right? It just means a lot, and it's not coming from me. It's,
Right.
yeah. Thank you. Okay. All right. Sister Vera, you done?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Great. Bullet says yes, he's able to open the account. Get it now. Great. Awesome. Thank you so much for the roses. Thank you so much. Somebody sent an invite. Okay, Bullet. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You get some.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. Actually, your topic is actually taking me away. I'm just following. Don't even want to miss a single word. That's why I just forgot to tap the screen. I'm sorry, but I will tap for now.
It's okay. You don't have to. You don't have to be sorry. But let's just and like what Stavera said, I think what is even more important beyond me is whenever you tap and when you share, it tells the algorithm that this is a very good content and more people it pushes more people to that life, and when they come to that life, it's almost like you giving back to more people, you're blessing more people, because the same effort it would take me to teach 13 people, that's the same effort it's going to teach or bless 1,000, right? And when we do the 1,000, guess what? A lot of people are going to be getting the freedom that they need, right? My goal is not money is just, yeah, the money is an enabler, but it's just the financial freedom that comes with it, right? Gloria, yeah, so we're talking about, it's just a free session for you to ask any question about real estate smart investing, and I did talk about the four pillars that I talk about, which is time, which is what's it called, which is the skills, your income, your income, your real estate, your smart investing, and of course, the fourth financial fortress. Okay. Yeah, and to Severa and anyone, if there's any other way that I need to do it such that we can get some more people, please let me know. Maybe I need to tell people to tap more, or tell people to share more. I don't know, but I just it would also be a blessing for to bless as many people as possible, so that they can learn this. Okay.
Yes, I understand it. I don't know how many taps you need in the first, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. But if you get that certain number, I heard somebody say it automatically puts you in the For You page.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I want to say it's the first 10 minutes of the live. You get the most likes then. And I've had people, I've gone into rooms, they say, okay, people, you know what to do, welcome in, thank you for your heart meat. It's out there, we want to get that out there by the first 10. I'm not sure if it's 10, 15 minutes or whatever, but they'll say, we want to get out there by the first, let's say 10 minutes, so we can, push us out to, let the algorithm push us out to the For You page. So go ahead and tap, and we'll get started. So he starts them to tapping first, and then he starts his content. He says, okay, I see. Yeah, okay, we only got 3,000 more to go, and we're gonna get started.
Okay.
You see?
Yes.
And then he covers a topic, and he checks again. He goes, all right, we reached that goal. Now let's see if we can increase that by another 20,000, depending on how many people in the room. And so it works.
Okay. Okay, I'll try that. I'll try that. Okay, I'm learning.
We all are.
Yes, I'm learning. I mean, it's just, yeah, I think a lot of time I just focus on the content, but I think I should also focus on, getting some more people to come learn. That's how, yeah.
Yes.
Great.
And also to add to Sister Vera, is also tapping and also sharing the live. because when you
Yes.
share, you're bringing people also into the life. And also the gifting, just send some gifts, especially the popular as well. I mean, I don't have the popular on mine. Some people do, but if you do, also send the popular. It will help bring people to the page, because you have definitely a great content, and I'm really really learning a lot. So I thank you for teaching us.
Thank
And on the
you.
populars, if you look in the gift box, I don't see a. If I look at my gift box, there's oh, it is there now because I sent it. But if it's not on the gift box, it's in the heart above where we send this. Where when we go in to do the heart meet and you go down and it says send gift, it's gonna yes. It's gonna be there. Now, what gets me, I'm visually impaired, but I can see that. So everybody that can see, tap, 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 and let's find those gifts. Thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. And Gloria said, "What is the real estate blueprint?" So it's the how you buy your property in 90 days, right? It actually has what you do month one, month two, month three. It's actually way beyond that. It is the it is how you buy your property, like like the step by step. So if you're just meeting me, I want Gloria G, you just join here, right? Real estate, I'm a serial investor. I own and manage double digit real estate portfolio. Okay. So, and because of that, I've taught there is a boot camp, module 1, 2, 3, 4, that you can actually buy, that's going to help you to start, buy your property in 90 days. That's all you take. So by summer, you have your property right there. And the Wealth Blueprint, that is an ebook, right? That's my ebook that you can also, you'll find it right there. So if you want to, if you need any knowledge of that, you can definitely, you should buy that in 90 days. That's all that it takes. That's all that it takes to buy property. Yeah, in 90 days. Yeah. You're surprised, right? 90 days. So get it. If real estate is an option, I mean, I always say real estate should be, right. It's not should I. It's when should I, right? When. So once you have your down payment, right, go into real estate because it gives you 6 different paychecks. I did show my tax document because I had it and sent it to my tax consultant. So I did show, a part of it just to show you the long list of things that you can claim, including the fees. You see that if you're buying this, the consultancy, the one-on-one consultation, the boot camp, the 90 days boot camp, right? Any of those things you buy it, you can actually claim it. You can claim it as part of your taxes. So far it's real estate related. You can actually claim it. That is the beauty of it. So it's not, as a matter of fact, you should get the real estate, the blueprint. It's a four module, right? It has a slide. Then you have access to the closed community where you can even get free access to some very good deals, to almost 20% less than the market value, right? There you have access to that as well. So yeah, so get it. That's, if you want me to show you the link to it, I can show you that. I mean, California is so expensive here and taxes. Yes, California is one of California, New York. So there are so many strategies. That's why you need the boot camp, right? It's still not an option. Just the same way 529 wasn't working for me, but I found a way around it, right? So not investing is not an option, right? But when you get in the boot camp, they tell you have different strategies, right? You're glad, yes, absolutely. So let me show you, since you're here, and for any other person that just joined, just go here. There's so many strategies, like so many strategies, how you can even 10x your money. Because a lot of time people just think, oh, just rent the property. You can have real estate as a business. So you go here, you click on it, then it's going to trick you. Then you click on open anyway, and you have it right here. That's it. Real estate bootcamp module 1, 2, 3, 4. It has the slide as well, and it has the entire video. Take it up until how to rent out, because that's one of the issues people have. And if you go sideways, eviction and all of that is what you have there. Like a home property management, buying process, financing options. You have it as a business, you have it there. Then the ebook is here, the wealth blueprint. Then you have the one-on-one. So if you want one-on-one, is basically for you, right? Anything you want to discuss in your one-on-one, you want to talk about ETF, you want to talk about real estate, you want to show your portfolio, talk about your income, anything, you can talk it. It's your 1 hour, your time. All right. And if you get it during the session, you would also get a strategy call, a free one where not just you, right, but with a group of people where you can actually 1 hour, you're there in that group and you can definitely learn that. Thank you, Doctor, for teaching us. I'll see you next. Absolutely. I'm also rounding up. Thank you so much. Sister Vera, thank you. Del, thank you so much. Gloria, thank you so much. Del, Rivana, congratulations on getting your ETF started. Sister Vera, thank you so much for that kind word. Gideon, good to see you again. Bullet, I hope you are able to get your one-on-one, right? You can still send me a message. Gloria G, glad to have you here. Tammy, Arike, Wemi, Tropical Queen, Stephanie, B2 Collector, Classy, Brave. Well, thank you all for thank you all for being here. All right. So for everyone that gets the bootcamp, the model 1, 2, 3, 4 here, you also get something for free. What does the wealth blueprint have in it? That is if you click on it, you would see the details, right? If you click on each of them, you would see the details. If that's an ebook, the wealth blueprint is the ebook. So you would see what it entails, right? See, right there. So, I mean, there's no hidden thing at all. Before you pay for anything, it will tell you exactly what is in it, right? Including, it tells you everything, proven step, the mindset shift, the investment founder, everything you need. It's a 12-page book. So if you are just starting, it's a good one where you just sit and you can read it and you take a note, right? These are 1, 2, 3 things, right? Or it's entire world blueprint. And for everyone that commented one, for the for the smart investing workshop that it's coming, be on the lookout. The video is going to come out very soon. So as soon as it comes up, we would get registered for that. Get registered so that you don't miss out. It's a workshop. It's not a training. It's a workshop, so it's very hands-on. So be ready. It's very hands-on. It's a workshop, not a training. It's different from the real estate. Real estate is the course, is the training, right? You get everything. It's like almost 6 hours. So, but you have each module has about 1 hour. Then it has the slide, right? Each of them like that, really powerful slides that would help you, so you can take it at your own time. But at the same time, for the smart investing workshop, you can definitely just take use a workshop. So it's very hands-on. So you come in with your laptop, you come in maybe with your account open and all of that. Vera, 300 hours. Yay! Thank you. Rivana, you are most welcome. You're most welcome. Happy to help. Happy to help. That's why I'm here. And thank you all for the invite. Thank you all for the likes. Sister Vera, really, really appreciate that comment. That was very helpful. And Bullet, let me know. You can send me a DM if you still need any help. And if anyone still wants to get you should actually get the book. Please do not go and start investing in real estate.
Sure.
Yeah.
Trust me. I already sent you a DM.
Okay. Yeah, take your time. Yeah, and for every other person, please do not start real estate investing without getting the training. So it's still at $69.99 right now. Next week it's going to be higher than that, right? It was $39.99 some 3 days ago. Some people missed it, but now it's $69.99. It's actually a $1,000 value. When I started trade real estate years ago, right? I closed close to, I think it was 999, 99.99, so almost $1,000. And I paid that because I'd just lost close to 100,000 buying penny stocks, um buying do day trading, and of course do a little bit of options. I'd lost money. And this one was, I was starting real estate with the kids' money. Remember, moving from 529 to kids, using kids' money. I cannot afford to lose a penny. Let's keep tapping out the light. Thank you so much for doing that. I did not want to lose any penny. I cannot even afford. Like, I was already looking like a black sheep, so I needed to get the trading, but investing was not an option. Not investing is not an option. That's why I got the trading. A lot of us will sit, and even on that, in a day, this weekend already, some of us have already spent more than $100 in a dinner. On a steak, people spend $100. On a lunch in a day, people spend 20 something dollars. So this is $69 right here. And I'm not judging, but I always tell people, if you want to build wealth, you have to be intentional. It requires intentionality. You cannot be saying, oh, you know what, it's good to get the free things, I give it every time. But then you want to also be intentional. All right. I have built not just a million, multi, right? Even from that $1,000, the 999, one of the biggest investment. I paid $1,000, less than $1,000, to actually get my certification. Guess what? I increased my income by $30,000. $30,000 in year one. See how much that was, over 13 years ago, or 14 years, so 15 years ago now. I increased it, and it got me even to a vice president position. If I never took that, like, okay, if I was just thinking, oh, you know what, I don't want to pay for the certification, I'd probably still be an analyst, or maybe I would have been burnt out as a whatever, right? Always think about the greatest investment you can have is in yourself, like you're doing right now, spending 1 hour, 2 hours listening. But you should go further and invest in yourself. Get an ebook, right? Get the ebook, 19.99. It's nothing, is less than $20. It's 10. You can sit down and read it in a day, 2 days. You're done. You get more knowledge, right? If you want to buy real estate, or if it's not in your plan, but at least you have it, start reading towards it. You know the process. How do you pay the $16.99? You go in here. It's right here on the page. It's not you paying the 60, you are buying a course. It's a full course, Wemi. So you find it right there. I think I jumped really quick. So if you go on TikTok, let me go. If you go on my page, on my bio, you will find it right there. So you see the link. So you see it is nestyou.me right here. If you click on that link, you will tell you are about to open the link. Then you click on open anyway. And then it brings you right here. You will find it. It's the first one here, Real Estate Bootcamp. Buy your first rental property in 90 days. Some people, you would see, I need to start bringing the reviews, right? So that it tells you if this is free, right? This is free, right? See what you're getting. Now think about what you're getting with the bootcamp. You're getting the slide. Let me just show you. So it's not, see, this is part of some of the slides that you're going to get. So you get a slide, you get the course in itself. So you have module 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? Then on top of, you get the slide, so you can take it at your own time and study the slide. So you don't have any reason to say that, okay, 90 days you're not buying your investment. There's no reason. And then if you buy it on this live, you would also get into the strategy call as well, right? The free strategy call, where you can also ask questions. Maybe you go through it, you have any question, you want something specific for you. How do you're thinking of your down payment, you don't know how to go about it. We can talk about it, right? Or what are your credit situation, your credit your credit is low. How do we bring, how do you want, can you bring it up? Because that's also required if you are not paying cash, or you are in California, like you said. Okay, what are the strategy? What other ways can you, right? Your different exit strategy. Somebody, Mr. Ben, yesterday was talking about, he has a property 2 years in San Antonio, and how is that even possible that is not rented and you are still keeping it? That's a lot of loss for you. Then all of the tax strategies, there's mortgage calculator, how you calculate your mortgage, how do you know your rental income, what should be the tools, where do you find deals? All of those things are what you find in the 69.99. By next week, it's not 69.99. 4 days ago, it was literally 39.99. And a lot of people took advantage of it. Now it's double the price. Some people still bought it yesterday, 69.99. Next week, it's going to become maybe 199.99 because that's the regular price. So it's all up to you. You can take it now. And for anyone, you would have the strategy. And then you would also have access to the Telegram group where we would also be dropping deals, right? That you would, because of course they are great deals. So if you are very fast and quick about it, right? You're very fast and quick about it, you can be able to get all those properties at 20% discount, because some of them first come, first serve. Or you want to check, okay, how do you get it? And congratulations to whoever make the purchase right now. Send me a DM. Send me a DM so that you can definitely get into the strategy call. Wemi, does that answer your question? Wemi B, does that answer your question? And Yomi P, even though I can say, what type of real estate investment platform is this? Applicable for guys aboard. I'm not sure what that is. What do you mean? Okay. Do you feel? No, I don't. Because I also, auction is very, it's very delicate. Reason why, remember, there can be, a lot of time you see things on auction, right? You see things like, oh, the price looks good. But what you don't know is that you don't know if he has one, you only see, maybe it's one lane that he has on it. He might have 2 lanes. He might have 3 lanes. It's 3 lanes on it. And some people buy properties and then they end up losing all their money. You don't know, because it's sight unseen. You can't go into that property. So there's so many things that goes into, because you need to go check the record. You don't know how many debts this person has. You don't know so many things. So you need to, for you to be able to buy on auction, you need to have done all this. Go and check the record of the property. It's a whole lot of work for me right? It's not even the cash a lot. Some of my properties will buy cash, right? We buy cash, so it's not even the cash. But instead of doing that, and maybe the max, and these days, even it's already maxed out. Maybe you're buying it at a 70% of the price or 70, but you're assuming so much risk, right? You're assuming so much risk. But what I do, it's different. I'm not assuming so much risk, but at the same time, I'm getting it at 20% lower than the market price. That's what I do. But I am not avoiding all of those risks, and I'm getting it. That's a better deal for me. I can sleep with my 2 eyes closed, because they're going to check the title. I'm not going to buy deals where, I can lose my money. No, I don't take all of those. I've lost money. So that's the same reason I do ETFs, right? I don't do individual stuff. I don't do penny stocks. I don't do it. I don't. So do you have to have a lot of cash to buy properties? Well, that's part of the, it's very, what is a lot of cash, right? What is a lot of, it's pretty relative. 5,000, a lot of cash, is 50,000, a lot of cash, right? But then in the financing and all of that, down payment, all of that, you find it in the boot camp, right? What is a lot of cash? A lot of cash is very relative. 200,000 is not a lot of cash to some people, while 5,000 is a lot of cash to some people, so it's pretty relative. That is a very wide gap. But if your question is in terms of financing, down payment, and all of that. You would find it in the boot camp. The 2 days, it has everything, every question that you need. He has it answered, right? That was why it's a lot of 2 days. Even the people that you got to have it, look at it. That's why it's not one. Otherwise, it flies past people's head, right? But trust me, I broke it into A, B, C, D, right? So it's very easy for you. It's very, very easy for you to understand. And if you haven't subscribed, for anyone that have not subscribed,